Hi, friend. I'm Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance. Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi cut a deal in 2011 that enabled them to pass Obamacare and to get around the filibuster rule in the Senate. Basically, they used a reconciliation bill, a reconciliation spending bill, which did not apply to the filibuster rules of the Senate. So they completely circumvented their own rules on a totally partisan vote. So only Democrats voted for it, and all Republicans voted against it in the Senate and the House. So you may remember there was a lot of rancor, a lot of bitterness back then. We're reaching back 5 years now, because the Senate, basically, Harry Reid, and in collusion with Nancy Pelosi, violated the rules of the Senate to get Obamacare passed. Fast forward 2 years. The Republicans were angry, as you can imagine, and they began to block certain appointments of President Obama using the filibuster rule. Remember, the filibuster rule is that basically the minority party can stop legislation or stop appointments or stop nominations unless the majority party or a group of majority party and some minority party have 60 votes to shut down the filibuster. Okay? 60 votes is required to shut down a filibuster. A filibuster is used to pirate the Senate and to keep some legislation from passing or some nominations from being secured, voted on. So you used to hear the phrase the nuclear option. Do you remember hearing that? The nuclear option, right? The nuclear option was changing the Senate rules. And Harry Reid used to threaten that. He used to say, I'm going to use the nuclear option. Because it basically means we're going to nuke everything. We're going to blow it up. And in 2013, I'm reading the headline from the Washington Post story back in 2013, November of 23, I believe. Let's see. November 21, 2013. Here's the headline of the Washington Post. Reid, Democrats, trigger nuclear option, eliminate most filibusters on nominees. All right. The Republicans were holding up certain appointments of President Obama because they thought these guys are whacked out liberals and weren't just going to filibuster. So Reid said, fine, we've had it. We're going to change the rules. And there was a hue and cry from Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid, who had been against changing the filibuster rules for some time, said, and I quote, this is quoting from the Washington Post story. Reid said the chamber must evolve beyond parliamentary roadblocks. Quote, the American people believe the Senate is broken, and I believe the American people are right, he added. He said, adding, it's time to get the Senate working again. McConnell linked the rule change to the methods used to approve Obama's health care law solely with Democratic votes. The normally reserved GOP leader paced at his desk during his speech, often turning his back to Democrats to address only his fellow Republicans. Quote, it is a sad day in the history of the Senate, McConnell told reporters, calling the move, quote, a Democrat power grab. All right. So Harry Reid changed the rules back in 2013. But it's even crazier than that. In October of this past year, before the election, when Harry Reid said or thought that Hillary was going to win the presidency, he had a press conference. And he said, look, I've already changed the rules once. And if the Republicans, by the way, with this rule change that Harry Reid did in 2013, did not apply to the Supreme Court picks. Okay? So it was basically lower level nominees were done with the Republicans being able to stop them by filibuster. But we're still going to let the Supreme Court nominees face filibuster challenge if need be. So on one of his victory lap press conferences, Harry Reid opened the door for Mitch McConnell. He said, in effect, he said, after Hillary wins the presidency, if the Senate does not control the House, or rather the majority, We'll change the rules again. He said, I did it before, and he snapped his fingers. He said the rules will change that fast. Harry, thank you for the game plan. Mitch McConnell just needs to pick it up now and use it. I'll be right back. Friend, this program is supported by friends like you who believe in what we are doing. We run a very tight ship. Thankfully, we are on over 130 stations across the country, having tremendous impact. We get emails every day. We get letters in the mail, not every day, but almost every day. We hear from people who love what we're doing. What people don't understand is that it's sort of expensive to produce a television show like this. It doesn't require earth-shattering funds, but it does require financial help. So I am asking you, if you enjoy this program, throw us a $10 or a $20 bill every once in a while, or even a $50 or a $100 check. You see the address there on the screen. Your gifts are not tax deductible, by the way, because we want to be able to say what we want to say regarding politics without the IRS telling us no. So if you like the program, I ask for your support.